There's over 1 million signatures to stop games from getting murdered, which is more public support than any UK Prime Minister has had. And there's an update from the games companies as well. Hello players, welcome to Sexy Tech, where we don't kill games here, we just kill the mood by removing my pants. Or set the mood. I'll let you decide. I am your tech jester Buzzstringer, and I've got good news for once. The Stop Killing Games campaign just hit over 1 million signatures on its EU petition. And that's right, gamers have united and formed a digital mob and raised their RGB pitchforks in the name of preserving games from extinction by publisher dickery. This isn't some change.org fluff about making Gex the new pope. This is the legit European Citizens Initiative, which means the European Commission has to at least pretend to care now. That's the closest thing we've got to democracy in 2025. The campaign was launched by YouTuber and gaming preservation messiah Ross Scott, a man so righteous he makes Gabe Newell look like a paid EA intern. That's a joke. Gabe is awesome. It all kicks off when Ubisoft decided to yank the crew off the internet forever. No offline mode, no refunds, just thanks for the money and now bug off. So you paid for a game? Cool. And it's dead now. Welcome to the Netflixification of gaming, where nothing you buy is really yours, and we should all be happy about it. Now sure, Ross admits that some signatures may be fake, because of course some edgy internet trolls decided that democracy that needed some bots as well. But even with that, he estimates that at least 600 to 700,000 signatures are real. Yeah, that's a lot of thousands. And the others aren't necessarily fake, but they come from outside the EU or the UK, which means they don't count. The petition still needs more real signatures to beat the auto-reject gods, but it's already past the 1 million mark, and that's huge. It means the EU might actually finally take a shot at regulating publishers. Meanwhile, let's check in on the UK petition. That's at 150,000 signatures. And what was the UK government's response last time? We have no plans to amend UK consumer law. Well, thank you, Mr. Minister of Fuck All. You've been very helpful. That's the UK's leadership style in a nutshell. Pretend nothing's going wrong, wait for it to be someone else's problem, and then give a 3-word press release that says lols, ha, no. But to the publishers, if you're listening, nobody's listening. But this movement has legs. The more games that vanish into digital hell because some exec wants to write off a server tax, the louder that this gets. The only thing that publishers should be deleting is their own hubris. So props to Ross Scott and props to people signing, and props to the EU for being the grown-up in the room, finally. As for the UK government, congrats on being less responsive than a Ubisoft server on launch day. And of course, in true YouTube fashion, 6 hours after I wrote this, there is an update. So here it is. Just hours after the petition crossed the 1 million signature mark, the EU game publisher Cartel, Video Games Europe, decided to drop a hot plate of corporate spaghetti all over the momentum. The cartel, which includes totally trustworthy companies like Roblox, Embracer Group, Riot, Supercell, Netflix, Bandai Namco, Take-Two, Epic, Niantic, Ubisoft, ESL, Faceit, Microsoft, Square Enix, ZeniMax, Activision Blizzard, Nintendo, EA, Level Infinite, Sega, Warner Brothers, and Sony, is all in this together. In a statement so full of uselessness, they said the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted and never taken lightly. The translation there is we pull the plug because it isn't profitable anymore, Karen. They went on to claim that private servers aren't viable because they can't police illegal content or protect user data. Right. Clearly shutting down a game entirely is much better for consumer rights than, letting people play it, the game they've paid for. And if you shut it down, clearly that means that you don't care about it anymore. So why give a shit if people want to do whatever they want with it? The game they've paid for. They also claimed that the petition would curtail developer choice, which is rich, considering that right now players have no choice when the publisher decides to memory hole an entire title. And let's not pretend that developers are making wild, creative decisions when most live services are just a glorified loot box dispenser with a plot stapled on. It's always the same song. If we can't shut it down and erase history, how are we going to make space for the next overpriced battle pass? In short, publishers are scared, and that's a good sign. Keep signing, keep shouting, and let's make sure that next time they want to shut down a game, they hear a million angry gamers crushing their Mountain Dew cans and throwing them at their gates. I look forward to your comments, especially if you sign the petition. If not, go and do it. It takes like 30 seconds, and it might keep your favorite games from being Thanos snapped by capitalism. Okay, stay sexy and be excellent to each other. You know, Ubisoft and my last relationship actually have a lot in common. They both ghosted me right after I paid for the premium experience.